I do believe this is Sam's first L. He doesn't know what he's getting into. And so very easily, someone can approach Sam and say, hey, look, we're going to give you 50% of this company. We'll do all the work. We want you to be the face of the company. And look, it's all third-party tested. Trust me, everything is above board and no one is going to get hurt. And for research purposes only, don't worry, that's just some legal loophole. But in reality, they're scamming Sam himself. Coach Greg, and in today's video, Sam Sulek owns a peptide website. And so this was not on my 2026 bingo card list, nor was his first advertisement for this, which was nothing like what you would expect. Normally, Sam would make a video, he would be talking in his camera and say, hey guys, I use BPC 157 and I use this and I wanted to try to source this and try to sell it to you guys so you can use the same products as me and make millions of dollars. But rather than that, he went to AI. And so, as you know, research peptides are not for human consumption. And so I'm certain that Sam is not suggesting that any human would ever use this, although perhaps he's a cyborg and he was injured and he was able to use BPC 157, TB 500, whatever, and get all of his gains immediately back. Now, I'm going to read some of the comments and understand that this is Sam's first L he's ever received in his life. Sam says, we'll make a full announcement YouTube video after the competition weekend is over, of which everyone is waiting for. I figured, why not explain the ins and outs of the peptides, what's going on, the legalities of this? Is Sam going to get in trouble? And so please stick around. 1, AI video. 2, military propaganda during wartime. 3, advertising peptides to a young audience. 3 strikes, you're out. And so I want to paint both sides of the story. And so let me read the positive comments. Wow, this is epic on every level. The concept, the storytelling, and visuals are seriously next level. Fire, clapping hands. 4 likes. 4 people like that. And that was from a hot girl posting it. And so 4 people probably simping. And that AI bot who wrote that probably ain't going to let you hit. Big AI and peptides got to Sam. No. 1,300 likes. Not the AI. Delete this, please. 3,500 likes. Your AI slop bores me. 15,000 likes. I am going in order reading the comments. This is not me handpicking a few comments here or there. And so 95% of people hate this. They don't hate Sam. Remember, I'm not trying to put Sam down as a person. I'm not saying he's an evil man. I'm saying people hate AI and they're not a fan of people promoting peptides to a younger audience. Sam is 23. Some of his audience are full-grown adults, but many of them are in fact teenagers. And after seeing Sam basically not care about money, driving his Camry, I believe it was, why did he need to do this? I mean, has he changed? Is he finally thinking, I need the money? He signed with Gymshark, I believe Raw, probably making $1 million or more, I would hope. Why is he selling peptides? Now, listen, I sell peptides. I own a company, AlgoRx. And so, am I really any different? And frankly, I'm way worse than Sam. Back in the day, I used to sell steroids. This is not made up. This is not believe. I had 20 months of house arrest. I did the bad things. And so I know what he's doing. When you sell peptides, it's very similar to selling steroids. You're thinking, no, peptides are legal. They're not. Some are. For example, AlgoRx. With AlgoRx, it's made in a compounding pharmacy. It's pharma grade, and it's literally what doctors would prescribe you. When you go to AlgoRx, they have doctors. They can do your blood work. They prescribe you these legal medications. They don't sell you peptides that are not legal. Now, I'm not here to put Sam down, but I am here to speak the truth. A lot of the products that are being sold on this website are almost certainly bunk. They are extremely difficult to create, and so unless you have a compounding pharmacy, of which he does not, You can't really make them. And even if you could, they're not going to maintain the integrity. They're going to degrade. And so they are most likely not going to be what you're paying for. And so this product right here, cagrilintide, they 100% cannot be making this. There's no way. And so what is cagrilintide? Essentially, it's like the next wave of the GLPs. Like we've had the Ozempic, the tirzepatide, then the Retta, and then after that, it's going to be this. And so we see the molecular weight of the substance is 4409.01 grams per mole. The lab analysis, it doesn't test the molecular weight whatsoever. And so where is the proof? It's like saying, hey, trust me, bro, this is creatine, and then testing it and saying, see, it's white. And so rather than reporting the molecular weight, they report the retention time. They're using HPLC rather than a mass spectrometer. You cannot do this with peptides. It's not enough. This is not proof of anything. And so how do we know this isn't a scam? They easily could be taking advantage of Sam and saying, hey, here's the millions of dollars. Just continue to promote these products. And so they can show you the lab. Oh, look, see, proof. It's proof of nothing. If you bake a cake, you have to mix all the ingredients and then heat it up. If I just do a test and say, yep, I see all the ingredients, but it's not mixed up and it's not cooked in an oven, it's not a cake. It's a bunch of ingredients in a bowl that doesn't do what it's supposed to be doing. From another company that's legit, 1 milligram, $135. Please stay with me. 1 milligram, $135. And what is Sam's price going to be? Only $75. That's significantly cheaper, but get this, it's for 10. 10 of them. And so you're going to tell me that this $135 item for one, Sam can sell 10 of them for $75. That is about 20 times cheaper. And so you really think this is possible? And so it's one thing to sell these products knowing that perhaps teenagers and so on are going to be able to get access to it. And I think that many people are thinking, well, that's not his problem if these people buy it. He only wants more mature adults to buy it. But it is, in fact, another thing to be selling fake products, fake peptides that we know cannot be true. And so what this company is doing, which Sam trusts, is deceiving Sam. Sam doesn't know any better. Sam is a 23-year-old bodybuilder dieting for a competition who's approached by perhaps multimillionaires telling him, we're going to get you the gold. It's 100% safe. We have all the testing. It's perfect. It's cheaper. This is the best thing since sliced bread. And we want you to be the face of the company. All you have to do is smile. We'll post AI videos of you. You don't have to do any work. Just say, you trust us. And so what they've done, this company, is they've copied one of the best companies in the world, New England Biolabs. However, this company actually sells to scientists, not to bodybuilders, not to teenagers trying to get jacked, but to actual legitimate researchers, everything above board. And the name, New England Biologics, they don't sell a single biologic. They don't sell any of this. It's sold in hospitals, medications, and so on, and that is not what they're doing. The peptides are synthetically made. They are not biologics. And many of them, they're probably fake. And so if you want to support, hey, go support, do your thing. Just please don't break any laws. And so if you actually read this company's terms of service, the company clearly states that the products are strictly for laboratory and research purposes only, not intended for human or veterinary use, not approved by the FDA for medical treatment, not to be used as drugs, supplements, or medicine. Customers must be a licensed professional conducting legitimate scientific research. And so if you buy from this company and you're not any of these things, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're breaking the law. Now, I'm not saying to not do this. I'm not saying you can't make your own decisions. I'm not saying I'm holier than thou. I'm simply spreading facts. I'm not your father. I'm just making a video, but I am here to warn you of the dangers. We've seen peptide companies lately voluntarily shutting down. Why do you think that is? Do you think that they might have got a letter saying, you got so weak or we're coming to get you? We seen Tanner, who also works with AlgoRx along with myself. He posted this video. After careful consideration, Peptide Sciences has made this decision to voluntarily shut down operations and discontinue the sale of our research products. Obviously, they're breaking the law. I mean, you know that they are. Now, we all say, oh, it's gray area loophole. It's actually breaking the law. It's not allowed. It's just, will they clamp down on it or not? And so they're voluntarily getting out of there before they get in some deep shit. That's what's going on.
It's your fault. If you like what these sites provide, you need to respect them or they're all going to go away. You're a minor, your dad's a lawyer, he finds this stuff in the mail and sues the ever-loving life out of the company. What do you think is going to happen? Oh my gosh, bro, I can't believe all these peptide companies are getting shut down. It's your fault.
And so imagine Sam Sulek, who has a younger audience. Say there's a 17-year-old, 18-year-old, whatever. He buys some peptides and parents discover it. Where'd you get this? Sam Sulek. If that parent's a lawyer, they're thinking, I'm suing the living shit out of them because they knowingly sold this to somebody who's clearly not a researcher, who's a human being using it for human consumption. Like, if you write them and say, how do you use this? How many milligrams should I be taking? Clearly, you're not doing an experiment. Clearly, you're not just using it as an experiment in test tubes and so on. You're researching it on yourself, and that is in fact illegal. And so, guys, you need to be careful. Now, every single one of you who's used performance-enhancing drugs, steroids, SARMs, anything illegal, are you really going to just broadcast it and announce that you're breaking the law openly? Peptides are the same thing. You can't simply use them and think you're not breaking the law. If you're sniffing creatine, would you go and buy it with a credit card? And so if you're actually a company and they see all these statements and it's credit card companies buying these things, to them it's equivalent to buying creatine. They don't like it. Hey, what are you doing with that? You're not a research company. Why are you buying all these products? Why are you buying this and why are you buying that? And so they can clamp down and sooner or later you get shut down. Now, I know the temptation is real. Millions of dollars. And I should mention that I was called and said, Coach Greg, you need to start up a peptide company. It happened, perhaps it was nearly a year ago. They said, you'll for sure make $1 million a month. And I'm like, I'm not going to do it. 7 years ago, I was offered $2,000 per video to promote peptides and so on in each of my videos. One video a day, that is $700,000 a year. But yet I didn't do it because I didn't want to promote that type of message. Remember, previous when I was younger and abusing performance-enhancing drugs myself, I was selling them. And so clearly I have made mistakes, but I'm not going to do the same thing right now. And so when you see people selling these things, understand this. There is so much money to be made. And if you're thinking, well, their morals should say no, would you say no to millions of dollars? Like literally, I'm saying no to $10 million a year. Now, luckily, I'm in a position where I don't need this. To the same extent, why I refuse to promote gambling with huge offers. I don't want to promote gambling because I know how bad it is. And so peptides for young people, you shouldn't be using it. I've always said to wait until you're older, the lowest dose that makes you happy. And the reason that I'm with AlgoRx is because everything is above board. It's not breaking any laws. I'm never going to get shut down. I'm never going to have to go to jail. I'm not doing anything wrong. Doctors are prescribing legal medications from compounding pharmacies. It's not the same thing. Sam, on the other hand, he didn't need the money. He doesn't need to do this. And so why take that risk? Frankly, I think more people are concerned that Sam is using AI to promote it than the fact that he's actually promoting peptides to minors. He's gone this far in his life, not talking about performance-enhancing drug, not telling or encouraging people to use steroids, SARMs, and so on. And so why at the age of 23 is he suddenly promoting peptides, which frankly is only going to be the gateway? You start using peptides and before you know it, you're using SARMs and then steroids and it never ends. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Please like the video if you liked it. You can go and support Sam or you can not break the law and you can go to AlgoRx and use code Greg for 10% off. The choice is yours, not twisting your arm. You don't have to buy anything at all. You can get your blood work done at AlgoRx. You don't need to get your blood. Do whatever makes you happy. Hey, in the end, I'm just reporting the news. Don't forget to watch one of those 2 bloops. And of course, you can get the Blue Lobster, you can get the Turkesterone, the GO2 Max, the G-Test, all this on the website. We're also looking for more sponsored athletes, ambassadors. If you are looking for coaching plans by me and my team, as well as if you want to carry the supplements in your stores, there's a whole bunch of links. You just got to click right now and get cracking. And until next time, I am out.